I guess what landlords need to understand is, first of all, what is it that they're providing as a service to their tenants, and what are their tenants asking for? So if you've got direct ownership of the building, it's how do you get the tenants on board as part of being able to improve the benefits within that building itself. So how do you get the tenants working in partnership with the landlord to generate and build up some of those savings, some of those efficiencies as they come through? So it's not about just a landlord doing things and that's it. They've got to help and bring up the tenants as well on board. So some of the very simple things is, when is equipment actually needed and not needed? So is air conditioning required all the time, or can it be turned off? Is heating required all the time? Can you change the start-up, shutdown times of it? Is there changes in the lighting modes which can be made? So some very, very simple things, but that's just by a conversation. The low cost, or no cost in many cases, and it's the communication that actually links the landlord with the tenants directly themselves. I think they've got the right words. I think they're saying the right things. The oft mentioned is already David Cameron said in his second day, climate change is important. He's already committed the government to joining the 10-10, reducing emissions by 10% over the first year. Great. I think what they do need, though, is an element of linkage in their communication, a linkage in their delivery mechanism. One of the major changes which have happened more recently is they've stripped away the regional spatial strategies from a planning perspective, which contained most of the environmental requirements, including energy efficiency, etc., as part of it. What that's led to is a lot of developers are now saying, well, we won't bother with any of this up front, we'll just leave it until we've constructed the building and retrofit it afterwards to meet up with building controls and to meet up with the end requirements. What that means is you have a building which fundamentally has to be retrofitted with energy efficiency measures, which makes it unenergy efficient to run afterwards. So, as a very, very straight move, as an initial piece, strip this piece of legislation or strip this requirement out because it's too burdensome, has led on to massive knock-on effects, which is effectively making buildings cost more, not only to build but also to run afterwards. To then try and retrofit them to make them more energy efficient is a hugely complex project then, because it's not a simple measure of replacing what you have. You've then got, because you've got a retrofit of a retrofit effectively, something that's very, very difficult to actually put in place. So I believe in it. I think there's a need and requirement for simple language to be provided to building owners, building occupiers, property managers. At the moment there isn't any kind of information that provides that. Well, LessEn provides it by having a single portal, single knowledge centre, single mechanism to understand what's going on in a non-technical manner, understand what you can actually do in a non-technical manner, and more importantly to actually see the benefits of it and to promote those benefits to others, whether it's your bosses, whether it's your peer group, whether it's your supply chain. It's a mechanism to actually progress that on.